dropping, lifting, spilling, stopped by the cops, pulled over, searched the truck. Oh, this business closed today because people got sick. I couldn't do a drop off. Now I got to stay over an extra day to make sure I do the deal because then we lose them as a client. Like, you know how that goes. So to come back from all of that to what? Which is where I go back to when I was saying earlier, they don't teach us as young men how to have stop rules. So the only thing important to the majority of men right now, even NFL, NBA players, even till this day, they still go into these women. Soon as they get their sign-on bonus, they impregnate somebody, and all of a sudden they're in the child support case
Yeah.
immediately. Like 2 weeks after they sign, within a week or two after they sign their bonus, they're in a child support case. 10, 15 women coming out saying he R'd me or SA'd me or
Oh my
I got,
God.
we been had a child. We had it 3 years ago. So even now, think about it now. All the women, like you say, when you message, please, those are women who would write a book on you about how he was a simp. And they would get rich
Yeah.
off of it because at one point in time, you were a simp because there was no stop rule for us as young men when we were kids. So, in all, yes, every man becomes a simp once a woman walks away. That nigga that got married and ended up divorced when she signed the divorce papers, oh, you was a simp.
Yeah.
You
That's
weren't a
what
man because you paid the bills. You weren't a man. That was yesterday. Obviously she wasn't really happy. So it goes with what you said. Like, there's no stop rule, and women are raised to no matter what, you can have a good man and divorce him because he yelled at you today because you forgot to do something that was very important. And because your feelings got you yelled at me. I want a divorce. It can happen. And she can walk away with half your shit because and you looking like, hold on, wait. I needed you to make sure this was taken care of and it wasn't taken care of. And you're mad that I'm just double checking. Don't you double check to make sure I pay the bills every month? Don't you double
right.
check to make sure there's money to buy food? Don't you double check to make sure there's a car available to get us where we need to be? Two cars just in case, and we need two just in case one break down. We got a backup one. And then on top of all of that, you still gonna turn to me and say you're not happy as a woman. That's a lot for a man to deal with. And I try to teach my sons and I kid, hey man, you're not just on this earth to pay bills. You're not just on this earth to relieve a woman of her debt. You don't go into a woman's life with the intentions of I'ma save you from all the other shit the men didn't do, and she has you make up for everything the last men did wrong before she even start treating you right and recognizing you for who you are, because you got to do what they didn't do first.
Yeah, another,
So
and I think when you those stop, how are you saying that? Those stop measures. What do you say?
the stop rules.
Stop rules. So when if what I learned was, because this happened to me, because I did go through. When I was with a girl for 10 years, and then I was alone for 10 years, and now I've been with somebody for about 2. But during those 10 years, the first 5, I was just lost and spending time alone, isolating myself, got kind of like at the very beginning depressed, and then figuring myself out. Who am I? What direction do I go? What am I doing with my life? Then I started picking some stuff up. Then I started getting better. Then I started dating. And I went through this phase of where I couldn't even get a girl past a first date, to all of a sudden, like, I got 5 girls in rotation at all times, and I'm like, this is too much. To where then those stop rules, like, you I learned those stop rules because I learned a lot about females in that time. And then I was like, okay, I learned what kind of I could get into a conversation with a girl during a date. I would try to get that first date going as soon as possible. And I've left girls at the ordering water, like, gotten up because I just knew, like, like, this isn't the kind of person that I could deal with. And then so I developed those stop rules and started realizing I do well with, what kind of personality traits do I need to look for in a woman? What am I attracted to?